Ờ, ok, chào các bạn, chào mừng đã trở lại với cả series game là cùng chơi Alan Wake này. Và ở lần trước thì chúng ta đã chơi xong cái episode 3 rồi. Ờ, và cái episode 3 đấy là lần trước là chúng ta kết thúc với rất là nhiều câu hỏi, đúng không? Là chúng ta đến gặp cái ông bắt cóc, nhưng mà ông bắt cóc thì lại bị cái thực thể bóng tối tấn công. Đấy. Bây giờ là chúng ta lại tỉnh dậy trong cái kiểu phòng khám hay bệnh viện gì đấy. Ok, ok, thì chúng ta sẽ chơi tiếp này. Mình sẽ bấm chọn episode nhé, để nói chung là nó sẽ load lại cảnh tóm tắt của cái chương ấy, cho các bạn nào muốn xem lại. The Truth. Cái episode 3 tên là cái gì nhỉ? Ransom ấy đấy. Chuộc. Đây là sự thật. Nghĩa là ok, mình load này.
Previously on Alan Wake, I'm hunted by the law.
Sheriff, Wake's running. I'm giving chase.
Are you seriously telling me that writer just took out my deputies?
A thriller I supposedly wrote is coming true. The genre of the story seems to be shifting. It's turning into a horror story. I was told that Alice had been kidnapped, but that was a lie.
We don't have his wife. We don't know where she is.
Her purported kidnapper was eaten up by the dark presence before it attacked me.
Alan, shh, baby. It was just a nightmare.
Alice. Hartman, I fell.
I had to give you a sedative. Don't fight it. You went through another rough period.
What?
Right now, it's very important that you stay calm. We don't want you to have another episode. You're a patient at my clinic. Have been for a while now. The shock of your wife's death triggered a mental illness.
No, you lied.
You're suffering from various symptoms of undifferentiated schizophrenia.
Bastard.
It's okay, Alan. Just let go.
I felt groggy. Whatever Hartman had bumped in me was making me numb. I felt like this was happening to someone else. Someone I was watching on television. I couldn't think. Couldn't focus.
Mình nghĩ là cái cảnh vừa rồi gặp cái ông bác sĩ tỉnh dậy thì là đã được đề cập vào trong một cái trang ở trong phần 3 này. Wake attack.
Touched by the dark presence.
Không phải cái này, Đây. Anh Wake này là
I
Wake
tried
up
to
at the
hold
lawn.
on to Alice, but her form melted away. I was losing control. Dr. Hartman stood in her place. I wanted to hit him, but my arms were jelly. He smiled. It was a reassuring smile, and I hated him for it. I had to give you a sedative. Don't fight it. You went through another rough period. Right now, it's very important that you stay calm. We don't want you to have another episode. You're a patient at my clinic. Have been for a while now.
Đấy, có nghĩa là cái ông này anh em miêu tả y chang luôn, là anh cũng thấy được cái người vợ của mình này. Mà khi mà anh ấy với tới thì hiện ra ông bác sĩ. Ông ấy cũng nói y chang cái câu kia luôn này. Câu cái đoạn dưới này. Rất là cũng rất là ghê, đúng không? Chẳng hiểu sao lại nói không sai chữ nào. Thế thì anh ấy sau lúc mà mình ngoài cái ghi hình ấy, thì mình lại cũng xem lại mấy cái ấy thì hóa ra là cái anh mod này thì là cái ông bắt cóc này. Mình không biết cái nhân vật này là đề cập này không phải là mới đâu, ông mod này đó. Bắt cóc. Đợi mình xem lại một rồi cái trang thêm thông tin về ông mod này đó.
Maud had checked all of Stucky's rental cabins. There had been no sign of the Wakes. It was dark when he'd found their car parked at the end of the road by Cauldron Lake. It made no sense. They must have taken a wrong turn, but there was no sign of them, and the car had been there for hours already. Frustrated, Mott stood on the rotten ruin of the footbridge that had once led to Diver's Isle before it sank beneath the waves years ago. The boss wouldn't be happy.
Có nghĩa là anh hình như cái này là nó nói về cái đoạn mà ông Mott này, ông đến ông đợi cái anh Alan Wake này. Đấy. Và có nghĩa là trong nghe nó ghi về là the boss này, không biết là ông, nghĩa là còn cái thằng nào mà nó to hơn là nó thuê anh này ra, hay là anh nó cầm đầu anh này ra. Đấy, là boss này. Mott này, ông ở trên thuyền.
Spying on the writer on the ferry had been a disappointment. His boss had made Wake out to be something special, but Mott hadn't been impressed. He'd gotten a good long look at the wife, though, and he liked what he saw. Mott had fantasized about goading Wake into a fight, but it hadn't happened. Still, he'd get his chance to see if the writer had anything in him. He'd been promised as much.
Đấy, có nghĩa là ông này trên thực tế là ông Mott này cũng theo dõi anh này thì là trên thuyền này, đúng không? Đấy, nãy mình không để ý đấy, chứ còn cái này là lúc nãy nhặt được lâu rồi sao? Đấy, anh ấy được hứa hẹn này có cái gì ra mà. Ok, sao còn một cái nữa là đây có một trang là miêu tả bulldozer. Cái cảnh cuối cùng anh ấy bị cái thực thể tấn công. À đây này, là nó cũng đã được miêu tả rất là chi tiết ở trong một cái trang.
Some of the Taken retained echoes of their former selves, but these...
không phải cái này, từ từ. Không phải cái này.
The bulldozer's engine roared.
Không phải cái này. Fighter.
The darkness surged towards me, sucking everything loose from the ground into its depths, tugging at my clothes. I saw the flare the kidnapper had dropped and threw myself towards it just as I felt my feet leave the ground. The darkness embraced me with the force of a tornado. Somehow I managed to light the flare. The darkness roared and cast me away. I fell toward the dark waters of the lake far below.
Ok, mình tiếp tục chơi.
There were only empty sheets of paper here. No manuscript pages. The door was locked. I was a prisoner here.
Nằm lòng rồi.
Good evening, Alan. Are we feeling better now? Feeling calm?
Yeah. I see you brought your pet gorilla with you. So sure, I'm calm. I get the message. Loud and clear.
Quite right. That's the spirit. You're being very brave, Alan. I understand you're confused. I would be more concerned if you weren't suspicious of me. I don't blame you for it.
Big of you.
Now, why don't you come with me? We'll reacquaint you with my clinic and go over everything you might have forgotten. Little walk and some fresh air? Yes, it will do you good. This corridor is for patients. Most of them aren't here right now. Jack took them out for a fishing trip. Except for the ones who are particularly vulnerable, of course. I encourage creativity as a part of the recovery process here at Cauldron Lake Lodge. I specialize in treating artists.
I bet you do.
Splendid, Alan. I honestly believe we can get this thing under control if we work together.
Hình như là vợ anh này là set up anh này là để gặp ông này ở khu này ra, kiểu bác sĩ tâm lý kiểu để ấy. Mình không rõ là chuyên môn ông này là gì, chắc tí nữa chơi sẽ biết. Cái này security à? Không, trông già vậy. Chắc gì để ăn được mình. Đang có cái gì trong này à? Dead Rally à? Ô Nice Spring này. Cái mà TV show The Video Game ấy. Kiểu như là cái video ảo tưởng trong cái game. Game ở trong game. Sơ đồ này. Rừng. Map rừng. Đây thì không đi được rồi. Đây ghi là phòng này cho anh Wake luôn này. ta không gọi là Alan, người ta gọi là Wake cơ. Đấy. Thế là gọi họ cơ. Rất là lịch sự à. Đợi mình chút, không biết là tiếng gì, mình kiểm tra lại về âm thanh. Ok, mình xin tiếp tục. Không biết là lúc nãy là mình bị nghe cái tiếng gì thế nào, mình đi kiểm tra. Ok, không có vấn đề. Tiếp.
Now, Alan, from past experience with you, I know I need to get right into the heart of the matter as quickly as I can after an episode. So I'm just going to say this. Alice is dead.
No.
You're in a very vulnerable state until you understand and accept this. Alice drowned, and you face that. You're suffering from hallucinations, paranoid delusions, unusual thinking, an obsession about light and darkness, a feeling that everything revolves around you, your thoughts and dreams.
Không này mẹ đúng kiểu bác sĩ tâm lý kiểu.
Your mind has constructed an elaborate fantasy scenario in which your writings are affecting reality. She has been kidnapped and supernatural forces of darkness are trying to stop you. We go this way, Alan.
I wasn't ready for another shot, so I went along with it. He had to be lying. But under the influence of the drug he had given me, I had to fight not to believe his words.
It's all in your head.
Trời sáng cho đẹp quá nhỉ.
You've been making it up. Apart from the tragic accident with your wife, no one has been killed. Your delusions are just a manifestation of your subconscious mind trying to protect you from the too painful truth. Unless we fight the fantasy, it will return. I know the instinct is to resist me, but think about it. Doesn't this make far more sense than the insane supernatural conspiracy you have concocted in your mind? You're a skeptic by nature, Alan. We both know this. Everything can be explained logically.
Xem trên này có gì không này. Không là có vẻ là cái tập này là chủ yếu là tập trung giao lưu xã hội với cả ông bác sĩ tâm lý thôi. Buổi sáng mà chứ. Đấy. Cái này là cái mà kiểu cái phòng khám hay là cái kiểu chỗ khách sạn mà nhìn vào cái hồ đấy. Mà hình như là ngay cái phần đầu hoặc là phần 2 ấy, mình vào cái nhà giữa hồ mình nhìn đến đây này. Đấy. Lounge này là kiểu khách sạn nhà nghỉ ấy nhỉ. Đồng hồ in TW Dear friend and Paul. TW hình như là Thomas Jane, ông nhà văn ấy. TW
I never get tired of this view. Very inspiring, isn't it?
Cauldron Lake spread below us.
Đồng ý
I
với
could
chú.
see Mirror Peak on the other side of the lake. I thought I could make out the spot where Diver's Isle had been when I arrived with Alice. Now there was nothing but waves.
It seems there's a storm coming. Funny, I don't recall there being a mention of that in the weather forecast. Well, no matter. This way. Follow me. Alan, what I'm telling you is good news. Right now we're in control. Every time you have a relapse, it gets more and more difficult to resurface from the dark depths of your imagination. Not surprising, considering your profession. Imagination is what you work with. After all your nightmares, this should come as an immense relief to you. If it doesn't, why is that? Because I'm lying? Or because you don't want to admit that you're not well? It's very natural for you to think of me as your enemy. It's part of the illness.
I let him talk. Hartman obviously loved his own voice. His words echoed madly inside my head. I dug my nails into the palms of my hands to stay focused.
You need to work with me. Once you accept that, we can begin the journey towards your recovery. Come along. Let's go inside.
Ok, vào trong.
Here's the entrance to the office wing. That's for staff only. You were impressed by my trophies when you first arrived here. I do love to hunt. The great outdoors, man versus nature. It's wonderful stuff.
Pretty damn wonderful, yeah.
Man versus wild.
Scary, scary, scary.
Đây trong toàn này bọn kiểu có vấn đề về đầu óc này. Bà này là nào này.
I'm a real bad dream,
check-in
mister.
y
You
tá
should be
rồi, phải y
afraid
tá
of me.
già.
Don't want to run into me in the night, that's for sure.
Please, Emerson. Mr. Wake is confused enough as it is.
Yeah, you'd like me to go
ông
away
đâu
so
nhỉ?
you won't be scared. But you can't just decide what kind of dream you have or when you have it.
Emerson.
Okay, okay, sorry. Boo.
That's Emerson. We're actually making some progress with him, I'm happy to say. He works on video
Elbow
games.
strike.
It's trash, of course, but it does involve
get him
some
to the head.
small creative effort, which makes him receptive to my therapeutic methods.
No kidding.
Bà đang bay. Mình sẽ đi lòng vòng một chút xem có.
Hello. I've painted you.
Okay.
I was just struck by inspiration a couple of days ago. Dr. Hartman wanted me to paint landscapes, and that's what I was doing. But now I've been doing these things, a lot of them. The images just keep coming. Dr. Hartman likes them. He has them in his office.
Yeah?
He's very proud of me. He says I'm getting much better. I think I'm getting better.
Kìa. Đây toàn các cụ kể chuyện. Ô, hai ông này là lúc đầu tiên mình đến mình bật nhạc cho hai ông này. Ông này anh em. Ông này là Anderson Brothers. Kiểu biker trông. Ôi, mưa này. Cầm búa cái trẻ con đập nhau. Xem còn cái gì nữa. Anh này thì là công tác trong cái lĩnh vực của video game mà. Thế là bây giờ kiểu đơ kiểu nhiều chữ quá à. Đi vào đây nào. Y tá này. Trên này có gì? Ui, có gấu đấy. Tranh kỹ sĩ. Không biết là cái code này là cái gì. Có thể chúng ta sẽ tìm hiểu sau nhé. Chung là cũng không có gì làm.
Hartman had mentioned that the power had been acting up. Maybe that was the reason for the generator and the work light on the balcony. The generator hadn't been activated, and there was no key.
Ồ, bên kia có cái ấm nước này. TV. Rồi này toàn TV đầy tống, đầy đường. Chưa có mấy cái LCD nào nhỉ? 208 ấy. Không biết 208 mà công nghệ có TV ngon nhỉ? Đó, thời đấy có rồi chứ, thời đấy có PS3 rồi mẹ. Ủa, đây cũng có luôn này. Đây là bình nước đấy. Sách của ông này. Ok.
Come, Alan, this way. Now, you might have noticed the typewriter in your room. You've been writing.
Đợi chút.
Part of the therapy. As soon as you feel up to it, you should continue.
Cauldron Red Lawn. Thì mình đọc là cái permission help you. Kiểu chỗ chữa bệnh. Ok, không có gì làm giới thiệu về khu này.
My rheumatism's killing me. There's a storm coming. Oh, what a storm. I hope it wipes this place off the face of the earth.
And these two are the Anderson brothers, Odin and Thor. They had a, how should I put this? A heavy metal band in the 70s and 80s called Old Gods of Asgard. They even adopted new first names to complete the image of Viking gods. After the band broke up, they lived on a farm nearby. They are, well, in advanced stages of dementia. They're well cared for, TLC and all that. There's nothing more that can be done. I'm afraid that the rock and roll lifestyle has left its mark.
Ông ấy nói kiểu như là kiểu như ai coi thường.
I'm so sorry to cut this short for now, Alan. The power has been acting up. I'd better go check on it. We'll continue this soon. Meanwhile, when you feel up to it, return to your room and try to write. It really is for the best. Don't you think?
Ở chữa bệnh lại còn bắt nó viết, bắt ông viết, bắt.
With a hammer. Oh, he'd love to fish out our secrets, but he has no clue. He's not crazy enough. Not crazy like us, Sonny. Yeah! Being crazy's a requirement, Sonny. Who else could understand the world when it's like this? It takes crazy to know crazy.
That's the sanest thing I've heard in a while.
Say, you're all right, Tom. Hey, we like him, don't we, bro? He's got to go to the farm. The Anderson farm. Valhalla! We wrote it all down, lest we'd forget. A crash course. All you need to know to get your head right. You need to find the message. Here, Sonny, here's something for you. Gave me a rash, but I kept it safe from these bastards.
My head was clearing up, or according to Hartman, I was sinking back into the fantasy. I was convinced he was lying to me about everything. Crazy or not, the Andersons made more sense.
Tom, got any booze on you?
Yeah, no.
We have a stash of the special stuff at the farm.
Cái mà Night Spring game này là cái mà như kiểu trong cái mà cái TV show mình xem TV buổi tối. Kể ông này, mấy ông này làm nhảm quá. Mấy bác già làm nhảm. Ồ, kia có tờ giấy kìa. Để xem cho ông này ông đưa mình cái gì. Thomas Zane writing.
Zane could feel the poems taking form, shaping things. As he experimented, he imagined he could almost feel the power surging through the keys of the typewriter. It exhilarated him. But there was fear, too. If not for his young assistant Emil, he would have given it up. But Emil convinced him otherwise. He too had a way with words.
Nghĩa là đây là ông về ông Thomas Zane này. Ông nhà văn này. Ông này có cái trợ lý là Emil này mới này. À có nghĩa là hai ông này là một ông tên là Odin với một ông tên là Thor. Cái kiểu cũng nhái nhái của Thor đấy. Nhưng mà cái đấy là mình nghe ở đâu rồi nhỉ? Ở đây này. Thor Hitler Sinclair. Thor là cái ông một mắt ấy. Ông em ra.
Thor Anderson laughed and held the steel hammer above his head. Nurse Sinclair was trying to calm him down without success. Thor grinned madly and shouted, "My hammer's up. Here's a friendly poke from Mjolnir, wench." He brought the hammer down with all his might on Sinclair's head. We're on a comeback tour, baby.
Đợi mình chỉnh tiếng cho to chứ. Có thể là tí nữa mấy ông này sẽ hành động một cái gì đấy à? Ok. Nghĩa là tí nữa là có một bà Nurse Sinclair đấy.
Well, he's the boss.
I may need a hand here later on, Birch. The storm's bound to make you-know-who jumpy. You know how they get. Gotcha. The doc's got me looking after Wake here, but holler if they get too rowdy.
Đứng ngay đây.
I'll do that, Birch.
Hey, Wake, why don't you humor Dr. Hartman and give the writing a shot, huh? Typewriter's in your room. You can get to your room by those stairs, Wake.
Something's wrong. I'm not myself. It's hard to think that there's a shadow inside my head. I can only focus on writing. Everything else is a blur. I'm trapped in this cabin. Have been for days, but it's always dark outside. My editor is real. I saw her again. She's not human. It's not human. A dark presence is wearing the old woman's face. She was covered in clinging shadows. There's a hole in her chest where her heart should be. I think I've made a horrible mistake. I don't think I'm any closer to saving Alice. It's been lying to me, using me to get the story it wants, and the story will come true.
Chính cái áo này anh mặc đẹp phết này. Trông cũng thanh điệu đấy. Rồi nhỉ, anh bảo là đi đến phòng đi đến cái phòng của mình à? Đây này. Phải không nhỉ? Ô. Có anh cũng 360 luôn này. Nice spring. TV nhỏ luôn này. Như cái tập đầu mình nhắc ấy, cái phần đầu tiên ấy, thì là cái game này trước là game được phát triển độc quyền cho Xbox 360
Hartman wanted me to write. I knew I couldn't, but I figured I should just play along for now. It was the only thing I could do with Nurse Birch watching me like a hawk.
Đây là phòng của phòng mình này.
The white glare of the blank page in front of me hurt my eyes. My hands began to shake uncontrollably.
Everybody calm down. Put that down. Birch, I need help.
Hey, Wake, you stay here. I'm gonna go see what's up. You just keep doing what you're doing. Be cool, okay?
Đây bảo chữa bệnh bắt bố viết
Chaos
tại
was
nhà.
all about, but it could be my only chance of getting out of here.
Chết rồi, anh lấy cái búa thật.
Oh, afraid of the crazy brothers, are ya? Not so weak now, are we?
Sinclair looked bad. That wasn't a love tap. The crazy old fart hit her hard. And if she was one of Hartman's goons, she had it coming. I could get the key.
Cái búa này chỉ là cái búa ấy thôi.
I had to get to Hartman's office. He had taken all my manuscript pages. That's where he'd been keeping them.
Này này, ông ấy cầm cái búa đây, ông đập đầu bà Nurse Sinclair. Mình cứ tưởng là cái rìu vậy. Thật ra là chỉ là cái búa nhỏ thôi. Go to Hartman.
The photo on the wall caught my attention. In it, the clinic staff was standing outside the lodge. I knew the man next to Hartman. He was the kidnapper. Hartman had been playing me all along.
Cái ông mời bên cạnh, ông ấy tên là gì? Mình đã quên. Ông này tên là Mót ạ. Thì ông trong mấy cái tờ trước ông Mót ông ấy đề cập đến là có ông boss của ông này, chắc là ông bác sĩ rồi, chủ mưu. Tranh
The markings on the tape said they were recordings Hartman had made at the sessions with his patients. I saw Alice's name on one of them. For a moment, I couldn't breathe right.
Ông này là cũng chữa bệnh cho kiểu bác sĩ tâm lý cho vợ mình. Để mình có tờ manuscript.
Hartman wasn't happy. Maud could see it in his eyes. He quickly lowered his own. He had made a mess of it, and he knew it. The shame of failure was hard to bear. He hadn't expected Wake to say he needed more time, and he blurted out 2 days, less than Wake had asked for to show him who was in charge. But that wasn't part of Hartman's plan.
Ok, vậy là chúng ta chưa biết chắc chắn là ông Hartman là boss của ông Mót rồi. Chúng là mấy thanh niên này âm mưu để bắt cóc vợ mình là băng ghi âm
Now, Mrs.
có cái gì
Wake,
đó.
can you tell me about Alan's problems?
He's more and more out of control all the time. The parties, he's so angry all the time. He's getting violent.
Do you mean with you?
No, not with me. No, never. Sometimes I almost wish Alan would take a swing at me, because at least that'd lead to a conversation he couldn't just march out of. But no. Alan doesn't really sleep. And the work, well, he's not writing at all. He sits there for hours and just gets more and more frustrated. And I can't talk to him.
Yes. Tell me, Mrs. Wake, what would you say to him if he'd listen?
I don't know. I want to say, I look at you, and it's not you. Just some stranger who resembles you. Looking out from behind your eyes. And I don't like that guy much. And now it's all gonna go to hell.
But you don't ever say this.
No. I've tried, but he's not listening. He's too deep in his own problems. Always going on about something else. I'm so afraid I'm gonna lose him. And we're not even talking anymore. He doesn't let me in anymore. He just keeps me in the dark. I'm so alone here, even when he's home. Please help me, Doctor, because I'm at my wit's end.
Well, if you can just get him here, I'll absolutely do my very best.
Yeah, but Doctor, you need to be careful with him. He's not just going to listen to you and cooperate. He's the most stubborn man I've ever met.
Well, I'll be sure to bear that in mind.
Hearing her voice, what she was saying made me happy and sick and guilty all at once. Worst of all, I recognized the words. The phone call from her. It had been a cut-up of this. Just a recording.
Ok, nghĩa là vợ mình là trao đổi với ông này rồi. Mấy cái tranh này ghê thế nhỉ, như kiểu là mấy con mà mình đánh ấy. Thằng thợ máy này thì cầm rìu thì không phải giới thiệu nữa rồi. Mấy anh xẻ gỗ ấy. Sói kinh này, ui bóng ấy, kinh ấy. Không cầm gì. Ok cũng ở đâu đấy là mình vừa có cái ở đâu mình đọc rồi nhỉ. Đọc rồi. Và trong này xem ông ấy còn giấu cái tờ nào của mình không.
Barry?
Ow! About time!
Barry! Man, I'm glad to see you. We need to get to Hartman's office.
It's right next door.
You okay?
Yeah. I mean, no! The cops found me at Rose's trailer, but they didn't hassle me too much. I'm obviously a victim in this, and I demanded to be treated as such. Or else I'd sue their asses. Speaking of asses, that Fed gave me a real hard time, but I had no clue where you were.